The first light of dawn crept over the rolling hills of Panda village, a small settlement nestled in the shadow of Mount Kenya. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of damp earth and distant acacia trees. Juma, a 10-year-old boy with wide eyes and a mop of curly hair, stirred on his makeshift bed, a flattened cardboard box laid against the wall of a closed juka shop. He had slept outside again, the chill of the night seeping into his bones. His thin blanket, a gift from a kind passerby, did little to ward off the cold. Juma's mother had died 2 years ago from a fever that swept through the village, leaving him in the care of his elderly aunt, Mama Wanjiku. But she was frail, barely able to tend a small shamba, and Juma earned his keep as a houseboy for a wealthy farmer's family on the outskirts. He rose before the roosters, fetched water from the river, scrubbed floors, and minded the goats. By nightfall, he was too exhausted to walk the dusty path home, so he curled up here, outside the shop owned by old Mzikaranja, who chased him away each morning with a broom but never called the askari. This morning was no different. Juma's stomach growled as he folded his blanket. He had eaten nothing but a handful of ugali the night before. Today, I will find something better, he whispered to himself, though hope felt like a distant star. He slipped into the shadows, heading toward the river to wash before his chores. In a sprawling mansion overlooking the Aberdare Ranges, not far from Panda but worlds away in luxury, Elias woke to the soft chime of his alarm. At 38, he was one of Kenya's most successful tech entrepreneurs, having built a mobile banking empire from a garage in Nairobi. His black Range Rover gleamed in the driveway, a symbol of his billions. But as he stared at the ceiling of his vast bedroom, the weight of emptiness pressed down. His wife, Lillian, had left him 18 months ago, vanishing to Europe with vague promises of finding herself. She had taken nothing but her designer bags, leaving behind their 8-year-old daughter, Nia. Elias, once a hands-on father, now juggled board meetings and app launches, his home a sterile palace of marble and silence. The staff managed the basics, but Nia was withdrawing, her school uniforms often wrinkled, her lunches forgotten. That morning, Elias rushed into Nia's room. She sat on her bed in a simple frock, not her uniform. "Boba, it's dirty again," she said softly, her eyes downcast. Elias's heart sank. He had promised to handle laundry after a late-night call with investors. "I'm sorry, my princess. Wear this today. I'll fix it tonight." But guilt gnawed at him. He was failing her, just as he failed at everything beyond code and deals. Breakfast was rushed, burnt chapati and weak tea. The drive to Nia's private school in Nairi was tense, Matatas honking wildly. At the gate, Nia slipped out without a goodbye, head low to avoid her classmates' stares. Elias sighed, about to pull away, when his best friend, Komau, rolled up in his pickup. "Brother, we need to talk," Komau said, concern etched on his face. Back at the mansion, Komau surveyed the chaos, unwashed dishes, scattered toys, Elias's work laptop on the dining table. "This isn't living, Elias." Nia looked miserable at school, no uniform, no smile. Elias slumped on the sofa. "I know. I'm drowning. Work never ends." Komau leaned forward. "You need help. A proper house manager. Someone to cook, clean, care for Nia. My sister runs an agency in Nairobi, she finds reliable staff from the villages." Elias shook his head. "A stranger. After Lillian. I can't trust anyone. Not everyone leaves, Elias. Nia needs stability. You're a tech genius, but at home. You're lost." The words stung, but Elias saw the truth. That evening, he cooked a simple meal, sukuma wiki and ugali, but Nia picked at it, tears welling. "I miss Mama. She used to braid my hair." Elias held her as she cried, his own eyes wet. He messaged Komau, "Find someone." 2 days later, Elias worked from home. The doorbell rang at noon. There stood a young man in his mid-20s, neatly dressed in a clean shirt and trousers, a small bag over his shoulder. His face was kind, eyes sharp with quiet determination. "Good afternoon, sir. I'm Juma. Here for the position." Elias froze. This was the boy he had seen weeks ago outside near school, the one who had watched over her when Elias was stuck in traffic, sharing his meager mango with her. Juma had been kind, patient. "Come in." Elias led him to the living room, now tidied in desperation. He grilled Juma on experience, 2 years with a family in Panda, references glowing. "Why leave?" "They moved to the city, sir. My aunt is here, I couldn't go." Elias saw strength in Juma's gaze. "This isn't easy. Nia's mother left. House is a mess. I work long hours." "I understand, sir. Children need routine, love." "You're hired," Elias said impulsively. "Rules, housekeeping, cooking, laundry, Nia's homework. Focus on her. Professional distance." Juma nodded. "Yes, sir." Juma started the next day. Elias rushed out, but returned to order, spotless kitchen, pancakes scenting the air. Nia ate quietly but finished her plate. Evenings transformed. The mansion sparkled. Laughter echoed as Juma and Nia played bow on the veranda. "Boba, Juma taught me a new game." Elias watched, heartwarming. Juma braided Nia's hair with skillful fingers, packed lunches with notes, shine bright, star. One night, Nia hugged Juma. "Thank you for helping with math." Elias thanked him too. "You're more than staff." Juma blushed. "She's a good girl, sir." Weeks passed. Juma planted herbs in the garden, filled the home with nyamachoma aromas. Nia bloomed, confident, joyful. Elias came home early, joining dinners, laughing freely. One stormy afternoon, he found them under a blanket, Juma reading folktales. Nia's head on his shoulder. Elias smiled. "Call me Elias," he said. That night, feelings stirred. Juma's kindness, his gentle humor, Elias saw him not as help, but as a man. Peace shattered with a phone call. "Elias, it's Lillian. I'm back in Kenya. I want to see Nia." Panic surged. Lillian arrived glamorous, demanding. "The help must go," she sneered at Juma. Nia clung to Juma. Elias confessed to him later, the abandonment, the pain. "You don't face this alone," Juma said. Lillian returned, manipulative. "We're family again. Fire him." But Nia cried, "I don't want Juma to leave. He makes Boba happy." Elias chose. "Our family is here, with Juma." Lillian stormed out, defeated. Juma packed, thinking to leave. Elias stopped him. "Stay. I love you. Be part of us." Tears in Juma's eyes. "I love you too, Elias." From the first day. Their kiss was tender, promising. Months later, the mansion buzzed with life. On Juma's birthday, balloons, cake, come out cheering. Nia gave a card to Uncle Juma, the best dad in the world. Elias hugged them. From a poor boy sleeping on cardboard to the heart of a billionaire's home, Juma had found family. Love had built what blood could not.